Well, boat gang, my pool table is an absolute mess again, but I wanted to show I've been building my very first ever rigger. If you've been following along long enough, you will know that one of my subscribers gave me the rigger kit, and that's what I've been doing, slowly building it. Made a couple mistakes along the way, like making two left-hand sides of the hull. Don't ask me how. You lay them side by side and you build it, and then you realize after the glue's all set that, oh, I didn't make a left and a right. I made two lefts. Had it flipped the wrong way. But needless to say, I fixed it. Got it all sanded smooth. Looks good. I've got epoxy coated on it. Epoxy mixed with alcohol. Then I sanded it down all the way to 800 grit. So I coated the inside too. So now it's nice and waterproof. I've got basically the rear servo all done. Here is the rear strut, which I have to modify this here in a little bit. I'm just kind of sharing it with you, showing you, what I've got going on. Got my front sponsons. Still got a little bit of work to do just basically on the nose. But other than that, they're actually pretty good. They're actually already sealed up. If you blow air into here or here, I don't get any weepage. Same for this. And this is my bracket for my future turn fin, which somewhere in this pile of mess is not a turn fin, but it's a turn fin bracket. Don't really know where it is, but it's a carbon fiber piece. The guy who gave me the boat, Fred decided he was going to make me a carbon fiber motor mount, and he was going to make me a carbon fiber mount for the turn fin, which I have to make out of aluminum. Now, I'm going to be using the Kraken 120 that I originally had in the Recoil 2 right there. And I'm probably going to swap in maybe like a Flycolor 150 into this just to get this boat back going again. But I didn't have any small ESC beside that one since it's a 120 amp ESC. That is a 4480 kV 2958. So that thing should pull about 105 amps. It should fly. I've got an SMC battery there for it. And I also have, if I remember where they are, I have two little baby batteries over here somewhere. Not really sure where they are. I've got little baby 2200 Spectrum batteries that will work just the same. Oh, here they are. So I think these right here are 2200 Spectrums, and then this is the 2200 SMC. Just look at the difference. That's just absolutely crazy. But I think 75 or 80C, and then like 30C. So that's your difference. That's your difference. But I wanted to show you this over here too. Since the last time we ran this and we flipped it and we crashed it and we broke the steering kind of, sort of, maybe, whatever, I went ahead and got this Speedmaster rudder here. This thing is pretty wicked. So this rudder, dual pickup, a lot longer. If we look at it here, it's a whole lot longer than the original, but I'm going to cut that off. There's no need to have that much length. And I have the bracket. The cool thing about this is this Speedmaster, which is the same strut that I have up here on the Impulse 32. So I have a similar setup with a different rudder blade. But in order to fit this, I had to flip the mounting bracket and extend it in a custom way. So the rudder bracket here is actually upside down. If you notice, I had to re-drill that and put a larger breakaway in the bottom and a smaller bolt in the top. That's not how these work. The way these work is the large bolt goes in the top here, and then the small brass breakaway goes in the bottom, just like this. Now, I would have to flip the bracket and drill out the rudder if I wanted to be able to use this rudder on the Impulse. Not really sure what I should do here, but I don't think drilling is going to be a good idea because I don't want it to interfere with the water jacket. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and install this as is and keep this blade for this boat and that blade for that boat. And if I want to exchange blades, I can do that, but I'll have to have individual blades for each individual boat. But I'm going to go ahead, work on this, and I'll show you what it looks like once it's all done. Alright, well, I've got the rudder all installed. Looks pretty good. Very satisfied with it. Gonna be kind of excited to test it out. The the rod here, look at how I had to do that rod. That thing was a pain in the butt. So we come over here and I had to do this like weird little crooked kink down, and then I had to do another little kink there. So it was kind of hard getting that to line up with the way that they have this bracket. I wish I actually had the same bracket for the Impulse, because the Impulse only had one, so I had to flip the bracket. And then that forced me to drill the rudder out and change it up and do it differently. But got that all finished, so in the next video we'll be taking that out and giving it a test. Hopefully all goes well with it. And then we come over here, I want to show you almost, I'm say 80% of the way done with the rigger. I've got tape on it right now. I'll go ahead and take off, and I'll show you how that's coming along. And I've got the sponsons. Those are all nice and painted and smoothed out, and give you a nice up close look at them. Looks pretty good. I got one little blemish right there, but that won't be too bad. And the nose, the tips look pretty good. They are airtight and sealed. Got this side done. Looks really nice, really smooth. Got the nose all looking good. And what I used to create the round portion of the nose is this right here, glazing and spot putty. Worked pretty good. And I use that to fill any of the gaps and stuff like that. Rather than use epoxy or glue, I just use glazing putty, and then I sanded it off. Cool, I'm gonna go ahead and pop this tape off, and I'll show you what the inside of the rigger looks like. Well, here it is. It's just kind of pieced together. I haven't 100% of the way finished it, but I do have it pretty much where it needs to be. And I wanna show you kind of a little bit about what I did here. So this is the old receiver that originally come in the Recoil 2. I've got that double-sided tape down. The same servo here that came in the Recoil 1, I used it, and that's the same little shaft that runs with it as well. That's a 4480 kV, 2958, and we're running that with the Kraken 120. Fits beautifully. If you look at that, it fits beautifully right there in the side. I've used the EC3 connectors, got the motor spinning the right direction. If we go here, you might say, oh, the wires will get in your way, but believe it or not, you can take these wires and fold them and push them out of the way fairly easily. I haven't formulated a game plan as to how to keep them out of the way yet, but it may not be necessary. But should have pretty good room in there. I used the collet, which the gentleman Fred who gave me the boat, he gave me that collet with it, and I used the flex cable. It was a extra flex cable that I had for the Recoil 2, and I went ahead and just cut it down, and it fit perfectly. Same thing, the rudder and the rear bracket, Fred gave me that with the boat. All I had to do was just flip the mounting portion right there. I had to flip that over and then trim some of this hole here and make it longer to where I could get the strut to be at the right angle and the right ride height. Fred also took the liberty of making me a ski for the bottom, so I made a nice smooth transition. If you can see how smooth that transition is right there. Really, really smooth. Let me see if I can flip this upside down and show you. Let's see if the camera will focus. See how smooth that transition is? Used epoxy, and then I dipped my brush in alcohol, and I got it to lay really flat. Like, that is awesome. Awesome transition. But I still got to go there with some 800 grit and sand that down, but I'm going to let it cure for another day or two. But I've already coated the whole boat in thinned out epoxy, and then I sanded it down. That's kind of why you can see a little bit of glazing on it. Today what I did, I went ahead and glued the top on. So that's what I've done today. That's why the top looks different from the side. I've yet to sand this because I needed to have time for this epoxy to harden. I used 30-minute epoxy and some Cabasil to do the brass stuffing tube. That turned out pretty good. And that's where the exit of the ski is. Right there. So that turned out really nice. The smallest prop that I have, that is a 38 by 1.6, I believe. So that's the way we're gonna rock it. And I went ahead and just used this as my water exit, and the rudder is going to be my water inlet. So I think that'll work pretty good. Pretty good. Turned out pretty nice. And then I'm going to have to formulate something to make a front nose for it. Haven't really figured out what I want to do with that yet. If you got any ideas, drop them in the comments below. But I'm thinking about measuring that and then buying a dowel rod, and then just cut the dowel rod, slice the dowel rod, and then fit it in there and glue it in there. And I think that would give the nose like a really, really strong piece, being that it'd be solid wood. Because Fred also gave me this piece of wood here, which is balsa, but it's just not big enough to do what I need to do. But I know my workbench here, the pool table, is an absolute nightmare of a mess. These batteries here, the Spectrum 2200s, fit in this spot really, really easy. And I do have this here, which does fit, but it's a lot bigger, a lot harder to get into the nose. But regardless, once I get it all put together, we'll see how the boat performs. So just wanted to make some content for you. The next video, we will take the boats out to the lake. This one will not be ready, but we need to test the rudder on the Cheetah, and hopefully all goes well with that. I'm looking for you know, really good cooling out of the Speedmaster rudder, and then hopefully in a few days, maybe by the end of the week, we'll be able to take the rigger out for its maiden run. So thank you all for watching. Be sure to give the video a thumbs up, and if you got any tips, please drop me some tips. Or if you have a little shrimp outrigger, let me know the dimensions of your turn fin, because Fred took the liberty of making this nice turn fin bracket for me, and I went ahead. That's how I've got it mounted. I've got to put my nuts on my studs there, but I need to make an aluminum turn fin, and I just don't know what size to make it. So if you have any ideas or any comments, please drop them in the comment section and let me know. See y'all later.